Good morning. Today we are with Antonio José Sáenz and we're going to talk about the infrastructure and architecture of data and services of LifeWatch. Eric, good morning. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Good morning.
Good morning. So, can you tell us what are the main benefits for the platform for the users?
Okay, there are several ones. First is the large capacity of storage of data, large capacity of processing the data, much bigger than the capabilities that they have in their own computer or data centers. And also the capability to use all these software and services without the need of install anything in his own computer or data center. It's completely transparent using web services, etc., etc. The objective is to be like an Amazon or a Netflix to serve the research community on biodiversity.
And what fundamental benefits does the user community obtain from the platform?
I think the biggest one is about collaboration. You can leak, refer, share the information, share the algorithm, share the services you are working on with a lot of people, a lot of collaborators. With the provenance, we guarantee the provenance of the data, the processes, and all the services. Also, they have the capabilities just to refer the information in their data, in their papers, in their reports, and all is accessible by the rest of the people.
And have you identified the target of your audience?
Yeah. Initially, we identified, of course, scientists, citizens, environmental organization and managers. It was in the very beginning, but lately we also identified other research infrastructures, and those research infrastructure share the same needs and capabilities and issues that we are working on.
And could you elaborate more the type of services that are oriented of that audience target?
Yeah, in the case of, for example, citizens, you have citizens that are very interested in just getting information about the biodiversity and climate change, things like that, around them. On the other hand, they are eager just to collaborate, to do things like just getting photographs using their smartphone, identify the species, or just going through bikes or horses and getting samples of temperature or seeds, things like that. So, both activities around citizens, collaborating, citizen science, but also reporting the information about their environment. Second, there are about environmental managers or managing organization, administration, things like that. Typically are natural reserves. The state of those natural reserves, also the way to identify possible scenarios about, okay, if we deploy this kind of law or this another, or propose some changes, which will be the possible impacts. We have scientific validated simulations and scenarios that we can check and just give some answers to those possibilities, giving them science-based politics and law. Also, we need to talk about enterprises and organizations. In that cases, they have access to reports, also to simulations, also to online data of everything that is working in this moment, that is happening. It's very important for them just to, have the possibility just to decide which are the new investments or the way that if they are doing something that is impacting in some areas. Next, for researchers. For researchers, based on biodiversity and ecology, they have the opportunity to share all the information. Also, they have digital twins, they have virtual labs, also statistics analysis, GIS analysis, and also the way to share and create scientific and validated workflows with some kind of analysis. And they can share that and also improve those analyses. Finally, for the rest of the research infrastructures, we share many common things. The capability to deploy, the capability to guarantee the security, the capability to share users and authorization systems, and also the way to deploy all of these capabilities, because as time goes, you need to increase those capabilities or change some of those capabilities. We share all those concerns with the research infrastructures.
Interesting. And can you give us an overview of the associated infrastructures?
Okay. The infrastructure that we have been deploying, just going layer by layer, we have distributed data centers connected in high availability networks. We also provide security services. Indeed, we were the first research infrastructure where security was first-class citizen, very important for all of us. And also how to be able just to adapt the change of the demand of the services. Traditionally, researchers have been reserving a quota, and they need to provide, budget for this, but we can provide in a more dynamic way. Finally, in some specific cases, we can also provide just a reserve quota with a guarantee of the capabilities. But usually, you just need to do some experiments from time to time, so you don't need just to reserve all the capabilities.
And could you elaborate a little the characteristic of the platform?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's try just to give a glimpse of this information. In the case, initial points, we have different nodes, data centers. Okay. On those data centers, we deploy low-level infrastructure, and we manage that infrastructure. But sometimes, in some data center, we can provide, for example, artificial intelligence system. In another, we can provide high-performance computing. In others, standard cloud computing. In another, big data. But the way is to provide all of them and to integrate all of them and being capable just to share and to back up and reserve the capabilities, guaranteeing how can we provide each of those services. In the case of security, we deploy a zero-trust network access, so nobody trusts nobody. That's the point. So we prevent in this way that if some of our services or server is compromised, it's not going to expand. It's going to be only that specific service or that specific server. So we are very confident of their infrastructure and the way to prevent any type of attack, any type of malicious activities. Also in the part of capabilities under demand, we identify the demand, we deploy specific capabilities nearest the user, the consumer of the services, and so we can balance the data and the computing capabilities and provide them with the biggest capabilities and the high quality possible. In the case of the resilience, our systems are high available. All the systems have their backups, also anti-tampering measures. Also, all the services are replicated, so in case in one data center so a service is not available, immediately is activated in another data center, or if there is a high demand of the services, we can provide the best services from the data center that is nearest to the consumer of the data and the services. Of course, we can provide specific quotas and specific capabilities and guaranteeing them to the users.
Okay, and talking about the future, how do you see the future of science and the application of the scientific result based on LifeWatch ethic infrastructure?
Okay, I think one of the first elements is about being capable to verify a scientific result of a study, because we provide the provenance of the data, the algorithms, the parameters, everything. You can replicate that experiment, you can replicate that study. It's really important because it's the way that other groups can just check and recheck that other groups are doing sensible science and good results. Also, the platform provides a lot of information to citizens and enterprises and organizations. It's the very best, all the capability that we are providing, and I think it's going to be a great change. But, you know, the objective is just to accelerate the discovery and accelerate the application of those research, accelerate the feedback from citizen, organization, government, etc. happen in another infrastructure, another scientific domains. Once all this accelerated process is implemented and deployed, and people are starting working on that, just appears new questions, new opportunities, things that nobody thought that about in the early days. You cannot predict the future. We only can provide capabilities to accelerate that future.
There are for sure a lot of benefits coming from the use of this platform. Thank you very much for coming and explaining them to us. So, thank you.
You're welcome.